Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Unless you're new, then welcome for the first time. So currently where I live, we are in a lockdown or a stay-at-home order, whatever you want to call it. But we've been self-quarantining and I know that a lot of other people are as well. And with that, a lot of people are starting to cook at home for the first time. It can be challenging if you don't know how to cook already. So I thought, let's do a cook with me. We're making super easy chicken tacos with super lazy Spanish rice. So it should be a really quick and easy thing that you guys can pick up really quickly. Repetitive, but whatever. But yeah, just something that everyone should be able to handle doing. This is super easily customized to your personal preferences of what you like to eat. And you can just add stuff in, take stuff out. Again, super easy. So let's go ahead and get right into it rather than continuing to ramble. And first things, put your hair up, take off any rings, and wash your hands. Use the new washing methods that a lot of people have just learned. I'll go ahead and do that real quick. Now that you've taken off the appropriate jewelry and it cleaned your hands, and put up your hair, hopefully, if your hair is not already put up, it's time to get a drink because who doesn't want to drink and cook? To make these tacos, you will need chicken. You'll also need some oil. I prefer olive oil. I think this is vegetable oil because I ran out, but you'll just need a little bit, not much. You'll need an onion. This is just a basic white onion. You can use whatever kind of onion you want. I normally use sweet onions, but they were all sold out. You'll need some tomato sauce. This is just the Hy-Vee brand. You'll also need some spices to season your chicken. This is paprika, salt, and chili powder. You can use any other seasonings you'd like. Obviously, some tortillas. These are just flour tortillas, pre-made. I didn't feel like making any, and I had these flour ones. I don't have corn ones. Tacos are better in corn tortillas, but this is what I got, so this is what we're using. To make rice, you'll need some kind of rice. Again, this is lazy rice, so I just get this instant white boil and bag rice. It takes like 10 minutes, and it tastes great. So you'll need onion powder, garlic powder, cumin, and then you'll need some tomato nor. This is tomato bouillon. I'm not really sure what it's used for in not Spanish dishes, but it's just like a tomato powder type thing. And if you can't find it in a jar like this, they sell it in boxes like this. And then inside this box is just like a little cube. Oh. Inside this box is a little packet, already pre-packaged, pre-proportioned out. So that might be better for some of y'all if it's your first time making rice. I've also got some lettuce to go on top of the tacos. And if you want anything else on your tacos, you can go ahead and add that in. And then hot sauce. So this is Tapatio and Valentina. These are my two favorite hot sauces. You can use whatever you want, or use none at all. So for cooking supplies, you'll need a cutting board, a knife, a can opener. You'll need some kind of skillet. I just use this giant oven compatible one. You'll need a pot. You'll need a spatula to cook the chicken with, and a spoon to cook the rice with. To start off, we're going to cook this chicken. So we're gonna dice up some onions. So just feel free to take out the rage that you feel because the onion is making you cry and burning your eyes. Now that the onion has made you bawl your eyes out, don't forget to drink. Take your ridiculously largely oversized skillet, turn it to about medium. While that pan heats, we're going to very quickly take care of this chicken. Make sure to rinse it off because, ew. Now we're going to dice up this this chicken. And again, I like to use really small pieces. So back to our pan, which is heated up. We're going to add just a little bit of oil. Just like maybe a couple teaspoons. Oh. So once the pan is heated up, go ahead and drop your onions in. We're going to go ahead and saute, kind of caramelize them a little bit. So just going to kind of, you know, move them around a pan, pretend you're like a fancy chef. Now one thing I did forget to show at the beginning is baby spinach. I love putting baby spinach in my literally everything I eat, so let's go ahead and chop some of this up. So once they're starting to get a little translucent, go ahead and add your chicken, but don't leave out your seasonings. Now y'all, I know you might be used to cooking videos having measurements, but I just don't do things that way. This is how my mom cooked, so this is how I learned how to cook. You just do whatever seems right. You can go by your nose, you can go by eyesight, you know, whatever works for you. So again, I'm putting in chili powder, salt, and paprika. So as the chicken cooks, you're just going to want to put it in as flat of a layer as you can. Let it cook, stir it, flip it, whatever you want to call it. Let it continue cooking and repeat. Now we're going to take the tomato sauce. Just create two little holes, one for pouring, one for airflow. So once your chicken looks like it's almost cooked, go ahead and add some tomato sauce. You don't want too much because you don't want this to be a wet taco. Now we're just gonna leave this alone and let it cook while we get started on the rice. Okay, so now we're gonna move on to the rice, which, like I said, this is super lazy girl rice. It's Spanish rice, but it's super lazy girl rice. So we're using boiling bag rice. I'm sure you guys know how to start it off. Get yourself some water in a pot. I'm using filtered water because I don't like that faucet water, it's nasty. But just get it boiling, take your rice, and it comes in a little bag like this. And this is the boil-in bag rice. There's also some that it's just instant rice, and so you have to actually measure it out. A regular serving is like half a cup of uncooked. I don't know. But just know that if you use the bag, it's basically 4 servings. If you use the other kind, you gotta do measuring, and that's not very lazy, girl. Now, while the water boils, let's go ahead and add our seasonings. We've got cumin. Y'all, again, I don't measure, I'm so sorry. Garlic powder, onion powder. We're basically making flavored water here. Now next up, we're gonna add our nor. So if you get this kind of nor, it's already completely rice seasoning mix, so you don't need to add anything, so this might be easier for some of y'all. I already added seasoning, so I'm gonna go ahead and use my just plain nor tomato bouillon. Now our chicken is done, so we're gonna move it off to out of the way. Oh, I almost forgot. You might need a... So this is a comal, which is basically just a cast iron griddle. And it's what we use to heat up tortillas. So it just takes a little to heat up because it is cast iron. If you don't have one of these, so since I completely forgot to tell y'all, you'll need that too. If you don't have a comal, you can use a regular griddle. I mean, if you don't have a cast iron griddle, you can use a regular griddle. You can heat your tortillas up right on the stove. You just have to be careful to not let them burn and stick to your burner. You can heat them up in a skillet, just like you would any other food, or you can pop them right in the microwave. Like, don't worry about it. It's super easy. It just won't have like a crispy outside. It'll just be nice and warm. If you are using corn tortillas, you want to wrap them in a moist paper towel. Oh, probably shouldn't cover the mic. So if you're using corn tortillas, you're going to want to wrap them in a moist paper towel so they don't like dry out and just fall apart while you're heating them up in the microwave. But otherwise, you can heat stuff right on your stove. I forgot to add my spinach. Normally you would add the spinach before. At the same time you added the tomato sauce is when you should add the spinach. If you're using spinach, I forgot. So I'm going to go ahead and stir that in now. And turn that back burner on just so it cooks up the way it's supposed to.
Fuck, Mary, kill.
Who?
Wario, Toad, and Luigi.
Oh, jeez. Well, I don't want to... Ugh. Toad has to die. He's adorable, but he's going to have to die because he's not human. And then it's Wario or Luigi. I'll marry Luigi.
You marry Luigi and fuck Wario.
Yeah, because Luigi seems nice.
Okay.
So I wouldn't want to be married to Wario. So once the water is boiling, go ahead and add your bag in. Oh. Don't dump it in. It splashes. Also lower that temp. And you just gotta cook it for 10 minutes. So over here, which is very clearly heated up enough, I'm gonna go ahead and heat up some tortillas. Whoops. Don't forget about your tortillas, y'all. Take your lettuce, rinse it off. So now our rice is basically done. We're gonna take it away. And we're gonna dump that water on out. And here is the rice. It should be slightly orange. And it should smell very yummy. So if you want to up your game and you're not feeling lazy girl rice, you can go ahead and add canned corn and canned carrot slices. Do that in the pan so you can heat it up a little bit. But yeah, this is all I'm doing. Go ahead and assemble your tacos. Sprinkle your cheese. Sprinkle your lettuce. Now we've got some super yummy tacos. And we've got the rice, and we just need to add some hot sauce, some razzle dazzle. Alright y'all, so that is it for today's super easy chicken tacos and super lazy girl Spanish rice. You can add your hot sauce, you can add some diced tomatoes. I didn't because I already got tomato sauce and tomato in the rice, so there's like, I feel like it was a little too much. I put the onion in the chicken, so there's no need to add it on top. But again, you can add whatever you want on top of your tacos. You can add whatever you want inside your taco mix. You can use ground beef or ground turkey instead of, you can use whatever vegans use instead of meat. Like, you can make this out of beans. And then the rice, again, I really suggest using that. Let me grab it. So I know I don't use measurements, so that probably wasn't the most helpful for you guys, but I highly recommend using this Nor Mi Arroz because it's perfectly packaged out rice seasoning. So it's got the garlic, tomato, onion, and salt all in one package, and you don't have to worry about putting the wrong measurements because I did. If you do use this, I really do recommend putting some cumin in there because it says there's not any in there. I guess their recipe doesn't use it, but trust me, you want it. And again, you can add canned corn, canned carrot. It adds a little something extra to your rice. I'm lazy. I've been having to cook for what, 10 days now? Quarantine day 10. I'm tired of cooking. I'm not, this is my easy lazy girl recipe. This is all I'm doing. So, I hope you guys liked it. Let me know how your meals came out in the comments down below. If it helped you, please give it a thumbs up. If it didn't help you, just don't touch the thumbs. And yeah, I hope you guys hit the subscribe button, hit the little bell to get those notifications. And cheers. This is easy lazy girl cooking. Forgot the word for cooking because I I already finished the recipe and I've been drinking. I know this looks full, but this is not my first drink. So, where was I? And chicken tacos. I don't know why I'm doing this.
Oh, are we not supposed to put it in our mouth?